Yes, sir. Wagwan. This is the Sports Time Zone. Yours truly, brother Noomsi, in the building. I got my guys in the building. Holla at them, let them know you in the building. My boy 512 Kelvo, what's happening, my brother?
Man, what's good, brother Noomsy? Man, Phoenix, man, what's good, man? Just another blessed day. It's Friday,
Yes,
man. So
What up?
yes. My boy Kelvo been getting me into these Friday shows lately, man. I'm starting to like these Friday joints. Good looking out on that, Kelvo. Oh man.
Start the
Always also
right.
joining us my boy, my brother, known him for many, many years. Also a diehard sports fan, New Orleans representative, and 0504 stand up. My boy Joe Phoenix, aka Big Joe. What's going on, my brother?
What's that in the Kelvo? What's up, brother Noomsick? I've been waiting a
Yes,
long
sir.
time to get up in here, man. I can't stop smiling because like it's my friend. I'm like, oh, bro, all right, yeah. But I've been watching you since day one, man. Appreciate
Boy,
them.
much love, brethren. Much love. That's why I appreciate you coming, man. It's all about love here. And before we even get started, make sure y'all hit the like, the share, the subscribe. Also, tune in to us on IG, Sports Time underscore zone. Ain't it, Kelvo? I think that's what it is.
yeah, sports time underscore zone on that IG. Tap in on the YouTube.
YouTube,
We
IG,
live on
TikTok.
Facebook too.
Yeah, all
TikTok,
that.
all platforms, man. We going global with it.
We going global. You heard him. You heard Kelbo, and that's what we doing, man. We got some dope topics, but it is Friday night, and we want to get to our Friday festivities, so we gonna get straight to it. So we won't hold y'all too long. Topic number one that we gonna roll into, and we've been wanting to talk about this. I've been wanting to talk about it since last weekend. Shout out to Elena Parker in the comments. She say hello. All shout out to you. Appreciate you. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. But my Dolphins finally got our first win of the season. And if y'all know me, y'all know the last couple of episodes, I wasn't feeling the Dolphins. I didn't even have their background up. I was wearing a hat with shame, but they finally pulled it out. But on the downside of that, we lost Tyreek Hill, but we got our
Yeah,
first win.
that's
So
nice.
me, Joe, and Kelvo got something in common right now with our football teams. All our football teams ain't really doing that great as far as record wise. My squad is 1-3. Kelvo's Baltimore Ravens are 1-3 as well. And Joe, New
Out.
Orleans Saints, or as my boy Cortez used to call them, the Aints. Uh,
They
just,
they stinks
y'all
right
ain't won a
now.
game yet. Oh, and I believe Elena Parker in the comments. I think she's also from Louisiana. So y'all Saints fans, Joe, I'm gonna start with you because all three of our teams right now is pretty trash. But your New Orleans Saints, y'all been punched on for a while. Tell me how you
Man,
feel about your Saints and what's going on. Being that you from the NO, and don't hold back. If you want to, whatever y'all be saying in New Orleans when y'all cuss people out, go and say whatever you want to say, Joe. It's your
hey,
platform, and you got the viewers watching. Go on.
well, listen, man, listen. First of all, I didn't like how Derek Carr or David Carr, whatever his name is, bamboozled us out our money. I'm happy that he left. I was happy when we got Spencer Rattler, but nothing kind of really changed, bro. He's still back there running for his life. He take two steps back. You hit him a couple times. You start throwing interceptions. We can't get out with Kamara past what 5 yards rushing. Like
Your team, but see, your team, not to cut you, but your team been the laughing stock of the league for a while. Like before, it
hey,
was times
hey,
where y'all Saints fans used to come to the games with paper bags over y'all head. Y'all used to be shameful. Are you getting those kind of vibes right now from this team?
no, no,
It ain't that bad.
we way past that. Now you throwing rocks in the river. We got a Super Bowl. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, y'all do. Y'all
we
do.
went to the Super Bowl our first time. We want to know in the Super Bowl. All these old people with these old Super Bowls. Like I live out. You know I live out here, right?
Yeah.
It's Cowboys this, Cowboys that.
You in Texas.
Yeah, they Super Bowl trophies look like pennies in the shelf. That's how long it's been since they done won. But you hear me? So my Saints, man, we ain't at the paper bag stage yet. Because
Okay.
that's pissing me off. He's not throwing like Chris Olave's not getting the ball. He's not getting the ball, and every time they give him the ball, they send him through the middle, and he get his conscience knocked out. Rashid Shaheed open,
So
but he
y'all
don't
ain't
have
got no
time.
O line.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, I mean, Calvin Banks, he gonna work out. He gonna work out. It's Trevor Pinion, whatever it is, man. They should have probably left him at tackle. Our interior, that little guy, 68, I can't think his name right now, but he's
You
blocking
said they
better.
should have left him. They should have left him where?
Man, they should have left him where he was. Like, cause, bruh, that dude, first round draft pick. Man, it's been what, umpteen years, and you still ain't secure a starting spot. Man, get out of here. But
Yeah,
But this is the part that all the fans gonna say, they might agree with me, they might not. We had a chance to get every last superstar quarterback that they have right now. Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City jumped in front of us to get Patrick Mahomes. Okay,
man. If y'all Saints would have drafted Patrick Mahomes, imagine how that could have possibly changed the whole course of
He
where
wouldn't
y'all at.
he wouldn't be who he is today, that's for sure. I'm gonna
Then
so
you
keep it.
tell him, Kelvo.
I'll take that, but we could have had his quarterback too. Cause I was rooting for Lamar Jackson when I was living in Louisville. I was like, bruh, ain't no way in the world we gonna get him. And when he
And,
fell
and,
to us, Davenport, Marcus Davenport, UTSA defensive end. Man, look, come on, bro. We got a lot of people that got dementia in our offices, man. Like
and
it don't.
yes, Miami is bad. I'm just checking the chats. Y'all want to come for me in the chats about my Dolphins? Yes, I already said it. My Dolphins are. We got our first win though, so y'all can hold that.
He say,
Whoever picked the Jets, y'all all collectively hold that L. Because my Dolphins packed them up. Kelvo, talk to me about your Baltimore Ravens while we got slick talkers in the. And he said Chiefs are even worse than Miami. That's crazy. All right, go ahead, Kelvo. Talk to me about Baltimore. Y'all boys had such high aspirations this year. Lamar went down. Henry is fumbling the ball left and right. Your defense don't look nothing like how it used to look back in the day. I mean, what's going on? Wagwan with the Baltimore Ravens, Kelvo. Wagwan.
Man, the defensive coordinator. We defense can't stop no tackling. They're not communicating on the back end. Can't get any pass rush. You got Derrick Henry fumbling at the worst possible times, and then you got the offensive coordinator handing the ball off to the running back enough. So I mean, it's and we just lost like 6 or 7 dudes on defense. So it's probably going to be a down year for Baltimore, man. And it's crazy because Lamar is having his best year, one of his best years. He's got 10
Yeah,
touchdowns, 1 pick. Dude he was on pace to get like potentially 50 passing touchdowns, and that's a lot for the
man,
dude who people were
that's
saying should have
wild though.
went to
I
receiver. You know what I'm saying? The guy that people were hating on, he was about, he was on pace to really, do some numbers. So I mean, if they can just get it together on defense and just tackle people and communicate on the back end, who knows? But I have little faith. I gotta believe it. I gotta see it to believe it. Me personally.
I
yeah.
thought y'all were gonna go after
Oh
that
yeah.
first game. I thought y'all about to go because they. Well, I don't know if that was the first game, but when they didn't play Derrick Henry to like what the third quarter, this dude rushed almost 200 yards. I'm like, all right, okay. Well, they didn't figure something out, and then here come the fumbling, the can't running, and bruh, I really wanted Baltimore to whip something in the AFC.
Can y'all see those chats that with these angler fishing?
Whoever
Yo, shout
fishing,
out like Travis
he's
Kelsey
on.
just wants clout and Taylor Swift. He said Taylor Swift is making it worse. That's wild, yo. Um,
I agree.
but
I agree.
I definitely agree. I'm kind of look, I don't want to go in on it or on her right now, but I just got tired of the whole Taylor Swift at every game. Every time he does something, they put the camera on her and the Swifties going crazy and all that. Look, I get it. She's bringing revenue to the game, but that's a whole other topic.
I don't
Um,
really know what she be cheering for because I don't really think she know football that well. I don't know if she cheering because the first down or because he got on the field.
Well, she gotta know some football. I mean, if your dude is Travis Kelce, I'm quite sure he done told her at least the basics. Like probably more than that. She probably know more about football than us.
I'm just gonna say Travis Hunter, and I'm gonna leave it at that. You see how much his girlfriend know about football, right? Okay.
That's true. Good point. You know what? Mic drop on that one. But no, good point. No, all three of our teams again aren't doing that well. Eventually, hopefully we'll turn this thing around. Who y'all Saints playing next?
Man, we play the Giants. We finna play a quarterback that we was trying to draft, but we
Y'all
saw.
have a chance to win this game. Y'all have a chance to win this game against the Giants. So
Hey, listen, I'm scared of any quarterback come from the SEC. You hear me? Jackson Dart come from the SEC. Okay, LSU had to put up with him more than enough, and that's why I'm
yeah,
surprised y'all quarterback Tua is playing the way he. Man, you came from Alabama. What's going on?
apparently those was fluke years because Tua is I don't know what happened. He forgot how to play quarterback. His head made out of jelly. He can play. He knows the game, but he throws the most inopportune. He's like makes mental mistakes at the wrong times, and to me, that's a sign of some CTE. I think there's something going because his decision making and his processing and why would you throw it there or why would you not take off or why would you sit there and just wait for somebody? Like he makes mental decisions that make me feel like maybe it really something happened because he got a lot of concussions in a short span of time.
But to be honest, his job not in jeopardy. Y'all don't have nobody to make him make the right decisions. Who
That's the
y'all have
point.
second string?
I mean, that's why he's still there because there's not only nobody to hold him accountable, but we don't even have a contingency plan for somebody to come after him. We just gave him $212 million. That's basically saying you finna be the guy and we pattern the entire offense around him. Everything is tailored to him. So
Right.
it's hard to just throw that away, but at the same time, you can't just see yourself driving into a tree and keep driving into it just because you're like, oh, well, you know what? I mean, we're already on the way to the tree, so let's just hit the tree. Nah, avoid the tree. Do something. Something, whatever.
Y'all have two. Y'all have two of the fastest wide receivers in the league. Plus, y'all have a fast running.
Had,
One of them.
yeah, Tyreek. Yeah, we
Oh
don't know
yeah,
what's
yeah.
going on with Tyreek. And
He
prayers up
probably
to
still
him.
out most of the people on my thing, but whatever.
Prayers up for Tyreek Hill, though. But
Yeah,
nah,
nasty.
so we can look at the rest of the football season as it comes, but we're going to transition a little bit from football over to basketball. Now, this topic is a topic that I kind of said something about it on TikTok because I was having a conversation with one of my buddies, and I was like, man, which LeBron, we was talking about LeBron, and which LeBron of what team was the best actual LeBron as far as like the best LeBron on the team. And to me, I'm a bias. You see what hat I got on right now. Y'all can see what it is. So I feel like when LeBron came to Miami, he was at his best. Like he was at the height of his powers. And really at that time, it wasn't nobody better than him. But since you guys are here on the show, I'm not going to start first on this one. I'm going to save my LeBron because I said it on TikTok, but maybe people didn't hear it. But I'm interested to hear out of all the LeBrons, was it the LeBron that came from high school into the NBA, took the league by storm, and remember that LeBron.
Damn, that
See,
boy.
he jinxed himself. He said LeBron too many times. Now he jinxed himself.
Well, shoot, man. Hey, I'm gonna take over from here till he get back on. Oh, there we go, right there.
Yeah, he beat the Pistons. I'm sorry, that LeBron beat the Pistons when the Pistons just got through beating the Lakers. Remember that it was that dynasty, the dynasty Pistons. So
I mean, I don't know if they're a dynasty, but
well, they were on that. Nah, they weren't a dynasty. Okay, we don't want to call them, but let that LeBron beat them. Then we got the LeBron that was in Miami. That LeBron won a couple of championships. That LeBron, he was unstoppable to me. Then you have the LeBron that left Miami and went back to Cleveland and beat the Golden State Warriors after coming back from a 3-1 deficit?
yeah.
It was down 3-1, and he brought that team all the way back and won a championship. So some people say that LeBron was the best. So, oh man, I'm gonna start. You know what, Joe? I'm gonna start with you again since it's your first time on the show. I'm gonna let you go, and then Kelvo, I want you to pass the rock, and then we're gonna keep it going. But Joe, go ahead. What is your very best version of LeBron that you've seen out of those three?
I would say it's Cleveland.
The- Which
They
Cleveland?
it
The
was
first one or the going back Cleveland?
the going back Cleveland.
Oh, okay.
The going back.
Okay.
And he showed that when he came back in that Celtics game. That was just like, but he had a good supporting cast, just like when he was in Miami. You keep saying LeBron, but LeBron wasn't better than your boy, and he was the wingman, D Wade. So the best LeBron was Cleveland for me. He
Mm,
carried his city on his back, and the talent wasn't superstar talent surrounding him.
mm.
So I would get. I mean, Cleveland.
I mean,
Cleveland.
he
You know how
had,
hard.
and well, no, that Cleveland team, did that have Kyrie or did Kyrie already leave?
No,
No,
Kyrie was
yeah,
on that team.
So he had Kyrie, who's going to be a Hall of Famer. Was Kevin Love there on that team?
yeah,
Yep.
Kevin Love was on that team too. So let's not act like he ain't have nobody, Joe. Like he
No,
had
no,
Kyrie and he had
no.
Kevin Love to help him with that. Matter of fact, I think Kyrie was the one who hit the clinching the 3-pointer on Steph Curry that actually propelled them to winning that championship, if
That's
I
what I said.
remember it correctly.
The
But
supporting cast. It's the supporting cast that's around him. But I believe he played the hardest in Cleveland.
yeah,
Because it's a
I
lot of
agree.
those games throughout the season that he had
Hardest,
to carry the team on his back. Kyrie
yeah,
wasn't always on the thing on the floor. Kevin Love was hurt, so they had to go to what Tristan Thompson from time to time, and they thought that he was the next big show coming out. As you see, that flooded out. But I would say Cleveland, that's the best LeBron because you can't say the Lakers LeBron. They were in the bubble. You got your LeBron that's in Miami, which his supporting cast didn't he win? He won 2 with D Wade and 1 without.
yeah.
he,
He won.
he won two with Miami. I'm gonna save my argument for after, but yeah, he won two with Miami, and D Wade had won one before LeBron got there. D Wade won a championship without LeBron, but LeBron's first two championships came with D Wade.
LeBron
Right.
didn't know how to win until he came with y'all. D Wade showed him how to win. He wasn't winning in Cleveland. That's the reason he demanded to be out to get the trade. Once he became a championship player, when he hit Miami, now I give him that. When he hit Miami, he started running out the rings and this and that because he did it as a Laker, and he went back to prove his point in Cleveland. That's all
All
he
right,
ever.
well, you said okay. Well, you said what you said about Cleveland. Don't be trying to give the Miami LeBron props now after you done already picked your LeBron. So, Kelvo, uh, now what Joe just said is true. LeBron did have to. He worked the hardest in that Cleveland to bring them boys back and just to get them to where he got them to in that Cleveland team when he went back to Cleveland. But my take on that would be he had to. He had to work that much harder because he wasn't the Miami LeBron. That Miami LeBron didn't have to work as hard to me, but it just looked effortless and he was on top of his game. But Kelvo, I'm gonna give the rest of my argument after your take on it. Which was your best LeBron that you saw?
The best LeBron that I saw was the Cleveland LeBron that went back and did the 3-1. The Miami LeBron was the most athletic LeBron.
Mhm.
He had skill, but if you're comparing D Wade to Kyrie, a prime D Wade is better than a prime Kyrie, just because of what D Wade brought to the
I
game
agree.
offensively and defensively.
I agree.
And Chris Bosh at that time, prime Chris Bosh was probably better than prime Kevin Love. And then you have a better coach in Spoelstra and a better overall organization. So, it was hard. It wasn't that hard. It was hard for LeBron, but like my brother from the boot said, when he came and
Sure.
brought that chip to Cleveland,
Yeah.
you know, he was doing a lot, you know what I'm saying? And he was a better shooter by the time he went back to Cleveland. He understood how to win. He was a true facilitator. He was running pretty much everything.
Wasn't he up for MVP when he was with Cleveland too?
Yeah, he's up. LeBron's up for. He's been up for MVP like since he got into the league. Outside of like the last 3 or 4, when he got to the Lakers, he started to hear him not in that MVP conversation. But when he was in Cleveland, he was always in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because he was always doing numbers. But to me, it's 3-1 LeBron because one he did the 3-1. Kyrie hit the shot, but they were both going 40 and 40. You know what I'm saying? They were
Right.
boys. You know?
Right.
So I mean,
It's important that you said that because Kyrie, you did drop 40. But go ahead.
I'm giving Kyrie the credit for getting him the ring, but at the same time, they go hand in hand. It's like they balance each other out. One isn't going to do the same without the other. It's just, to me, I just think LeBron in Miami was the most athletic LeBron. He didn't have to try as hard as he had to. He didn't have to put in as much work as he had to when he came back. And that's what makes him better to me. If you could say Miami LeBron was the most athletic LeBron, that's hands down. That's probably why you're going with it because
I mean, it's different. It's different. It's
defense,
different.
you know what I'm saying? But to me, Cleveland 3-1 LeBron, that was the best LeBron because dude was doing everything. Like you couldn't dispute it. He was handling up, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I got to give it to Joe. Me and him, we on the same mind.
I'm letting y'all. I'm letting. Now you're gone too blood clot far. You're gone too far.
Hey,
So
the
I
truth-
hear both of y'all saying, but now I want to hear none of the blood clot thing your boys talk about. Because listen, I'm saying, I saved mine for last because I wanted to hear where y'all was coming from, and y'all made some great points. But there were things that the Miami LeBron did that Cleveland LeBron or the earlier Cleveland LeBron did not do because it wasn't all clicking. To me,
He choked against the Mavs.
it was all, listen, hold on though. But you can say that he choked at the first Cleveland and the second Cleveland too. So
I like that Mavs series though.
So no, the Mavs series was that was a disappearing act. But outside of that Houdini disappearing act, the Miami LeBron pulled off some shit that he didn't pull off nowhere else. It was clicking. Like you said, his athleticism was there. Not only that, but it's after that loss to the Dallas Mavericks, something went off in his head and it clicked. And for the first time, everything came together for him. On the court, he's hitting turnaround, spinning, fadeaway jump shots. He's hitting pull-up threes. He's catching alley-oops off the rim. And he's doing things that he didn't do before that in terms of the way he approached the game mentally. And I know y'all remember Game 6 against the Boston Celtics when we were on the verge of losing in the Eastern Conference Finals. We were one game away from losing. And remember, we just lost to the Mavericks the year before. And LeBron had this look in his eye, and I know y'all saw it when he got down and he had this look like his eyes almost rolled in the back of his head. And he looked at that moment, I think that's when it clicked for him. He said, I'm not losing this. I'm the most pressure. Talk about pressure. That's the most pressure LeBron has ever felt. And for him to overcome that, and then not only win that series and come back and force a Game 7 against the Celtics and do them boys dirty to win a championship, he then came back and did it back to back. Let me just run some numbers off for y'all boys. 2 NBA championships back to back in 2012 and 2013. 2 NBA Finals MVPs back to back in 2012 and 2013. All first team selection, NBA first team every single year of those 4 years in Miami. All 3 defensive first team selections. That's important. He was never all defensive first team in Cleveland, ever. LeBron was playing his best defense in Miami. That version of LeBron was the most complete. It was also the most athletic, like you said, Kelbo. It was the most mentally tough because of what the pressure he had on him. And to be able to do that, And it was the LeBron that had figured out the game. When you figure it out and you're at the peak and prime of your career, to me, that's the best LeBron. So I feel where y'all boys coming from, but I think the Miami LeBron, because of those accolades that I just laid out. Now, one thing is for sure, the Cleveland championship was, to me,
You
a
don't think
bigger. It was a more important championship than the Miami championships.
you don't think that took mental toughness coming down from 3-1?
Oh,
Again,
okay, Kelvo, talk about it. Okay, go ahead, cook.
team to ever the quote they were if the Golden State would have won that chip, that would have been the best team to ever play the game because they had what, like 72 some wins, Joe.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
you coming 3-1 against them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay,
You got
Kelvo, I see you.
You got
I mean,
Clay.
that's pressure. That is pressure, but to me,
And he
dog,
went back home. He had to do it for the land.
right, exactly. So
That's
here's why that's less
even more
pressure.
pressure.
Here's why that's less pressure to me, Kelvo. Because to me, because listen,
Biased, Joe. He's biased because he's a Miami fan.
no,
I'm
if
finna ask him a question
if
that's really gonna
LeBron,
bug
when
his
LeBron
head
came to
in
Miami, like true or false, when LeBron came to Miami, everybody hated him. Like he was booed everywhere he went. The Heat were the most hated team. People hated LeBron. They used to show up. There's shirts where people had holding up their middle fingers and they would just show it and put it in his face. He had the most pressure.
Hold on.
When he went back to Cleveland, Joe, and I'm gonna let you jump in, Joe. When he went back to Cleveland, it was almost like everybody loved him for doing it. It was like, yeah, let's win it for your hometown. Come on, LeBron. And for him, he's approaching it like, well, I already got my championships. Hell, I'm doing y'all a favor by coming back here. So even if he didn't win in Cleveland, to him, I got my championships. It's y'all the one. Y'all should be happy that I'm even coming back after the way y'all treated me and burned my jersey. So I think it was less pressure there. But go ahead, Joe. What was you gonna say?
See, here's the kicker, man. This is the part that you did. It was a messy divorce when LeBron left. That's why when LeBron got to Miami, all the flipping off, and that's why y'all was the most hated. It wasn't the Heat that was the most hated. It was LeBron because he left. He sold his team out.
Yeah.
He say, "Oh, I'm taking my." First he made everybody wait. Then he say, "I'm taking my talents to South Beach and all this stuff."
Yeah, that was extra. He did that. That was a little extra.
Y'all threw parades. Y'all had a carnival. Y'all was giving free cruises out. Y'all doing all that stuff.
And we was too. And we was.
And the moment this man win the championship is you like Charles Barkley and LeBron and LeBron and LeBron. Like, man, listen, bro, it's not that. If you bet out of all the basketball players at I guess you can say no, out of all the basketball players that won championships, how many would you put before LeBron? Now, if you tell me, now wait a minute before you answer. If LeBron is number, let's say LeBron number 3, who you putting above LeBron?
If LeBron is 3, what two players are better than LeBron that I would put ahead of
Joe? How far back are you going, Joe? Like 20 years or what?
We going, let's go, do 20,
based on 20. What you know, Kelvo. So first of all, having LeBron at 3 to me is a little bit too. I wouldn't even have him. To me, he's top 10, maybe top 5. I might give him top 5, but he's definitely top 10. But I don't know about top 3. But if you're forcing me to put him in the top 3, and you're telling me what 2 players would I put ahead of him, and I'm gonna let Kelvo go after me, I would say number 1, Jordan. That's not even a
hands down.
I don't even got to think hard about that. No. Jordan, and then to me, I got Kobe in front of LeBron.
Okay,
I got Kobe ahead of the best version of Kobe to me that I saw is better than the best version of LeBron that I've saw. So that's my 2. But go ahead, Kelvo.
Man, I'm gonna make it quick, Joe, so you can get back on that.
I know Joe looked like he got something to say, so I'm gonna go ahead and say, and we're gonna let Joe jump back in. I can tell you, he got something to say.
Ramble off some names real quick: Jordan, Kobe, Shaq, Tim Duncan.
Oh yeah.
Off the top, that's just off the top of the head. But
I vouch for those 4.
So you said you had a tough LeBron in there, right? You had a tough one of your versions of LeBron is a tough LeBron, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So you think that LeBron would have been able to win a championship with the flu?
Hell no.
No, hell no. LeBron
So
caught a
so
he
wait a minute,
caught a
wait a minute.
full body cramp against the Spurs and had to be carried out of the Alamo, not the Alamo Dome, the SBC Center. They had to, remember y'all remember when his whole body caught a cramp? And, nah, hell no.
So what who won the championship with the flu? The whole series.
You talking about Jordan?
Yeah. So that version of LeBron, I'm just not I'm a LeBron like fan, but not believer. Like come on, like most of the stuff that he did was specific timing, but at the same time, he showed up when he was supposed to show up, and he didn't show up when he was supposed to show up. But I still give the Cleveland LeBron. I can't not say Cleveland. Yeah, I know y'all down there in Miami. Y'all gonna say whatever, go fishing off the coast of Carolina or something.
I gave you numbers and I gave you accolades, Joe. I ain't just
Man,
saying because it's Miami. I gave you look, the Miami LeBron won the Finals MVP and the MVP in the same year,
what was
and
his point average?
his point average. I gotta look that up. I can look that up for you. But also, the Miami LeBron had his highest field goal percentage of all of the LeBrons. So
Because
he
they were
he was
all,
hitting everything. Everything he was throwing up was going in
bro, you know,
Miami. But
alley oops did he? Come
most
on,
of them were dunks.
dude.
I was gonna just say,
How
yes,
many alley oops did he have?
probably like a good
Dunks and
a good
alley-oops.
a good 40%.
Thank you,
You know
bro.
what?
Like, come on, man.
A
This
good
off. This,
40% were dunks. So yeah,
this
that's
is
a little stat paddage. I get
this
you,
is off.
Kelbo ain't gonna let me get away with nothing. Boy, Kelbo was like, nope. He's like, what about this? That's why I like Kelbo on here, because Kelbo don't let me get away with nothing, boy. He going
I'm looking
but
up his
Hey,
numbers
I still stand
right
on
now.
Miami
Go ahead.
LeBron, though. I do. I stand on that. But y'all boys make some really good points about those other versions of LeBron.
We're not
So y'all
saying
dropping the
good though.
go ahead.
Don't be hating on LeBron and saying that he wasn't that good. We're just keeping it real with you and saying,
That the Cleveland LeBron was a better version of LeBron than the Miami. A lot of people said that on TikTok. When I did the TikTok video, a lot of people were saying that and I'm like, how can y'all not think the Miami but y'all made good points. I still
we
don't
all have
change my mind,
our
but
eyes.
that's
We all got eyes. Noobsy, we
Miami
get our
always
eyes
been
checked.
good.
We get our
Cleveland
eyes
went good
checked
till
from
they
time to
drafted
time.
LeBron.
everybody say I'm biased, boy. My boy Kevin from the New York Knicks, he says I'm biased. Like
Bro,
y'all say it, the boy
Oh,
Precious says it.
Ask,
know that
ask Kevin from New York Knicks if he wants Zion. We'll switch. We'll switch
Zion go to where?
to New York. I don't care where he go at this
Who?
point.
They ain't
He,
finna give y'all who y'all want for Zion?
Carl
bro,
Anthony Towns,
we'll
probably.
we'll get a 6-pack of beer
Carl Anthony.
cause man, look,
Y'all better take a New York slice of pizza.
Hey, Joe,
eh,
you seen Zion? He's supposed to be in shape this year.
I
he's supposed to
seen
be
him.
in
He
shape
was
for every
skinny.
year. Every
I
year.
know, but it finally clicked after what 5-6 years.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why. And
He
people go
stopped
for
eating
that.
hot wings.
Dumars.
No, it's not that. He stopped being freaky because he had a child. When you have a child, you stop all that freaky stuff that you got
Yeah.
going on in New Orleans. Now he can concentrate on basketball instead of that freaky shit on Bourbon Street. Man, look, don't get me started with this shit
So you said
because,
Zion was on Bourbon Street getting
yeah,
freaky?
bro, everybody cannot handle New Orleans, man. If you saw the news, what a sugar mama or the older lady over him
Yeah.
was talking all that yang and this and that. Like man, look, New Orleans ain't for everybody, bro. But I
That's
hope he
one of
did
them
something in
cities.
Australia, so I'm hoping that go and the supporting cast that he have, where we could talk about the Pelicans in these subjects, but the Pelicans are the Cleveland Cavaliers bad.
I wasn't
So
even, I wasn't even gonna go there on your Pelicans. We already
uh,
did bad enough talking about your Saints earlier, but I ain't gonna go too hard on your your Pelicans. But
For the
uh,
Pelicans, man,
two number
especially
one picks.
Thank y'all for all tuning in. Those of y'all just joined us. Make sure y'all hit that like, share, subscribe. This is the Sports Time Zone. Brother Noomsy in here. I got my man Joe from the NO, New Orleans in the building, and I got my man 512 Kelvo holding me down as my co-host. Now, switching from men's basketball with Zion, we're going to flip it over to the WNBA. The WNBA been picking up a lot of steam lately, and it's been in the news a whole lot more this year and the last year than ever before. I mean, you got Caitlin Clark, you got Angel Reese, you got Nafisa Collier. Now, Nafisa Collier is the star player for the Minnesota Lynx, if I'm not mistaken there, Kelvo. And you sent me a story about issue that Nafisa Collier had with the league. I'm going to give my spin on what I think or what I know the situation to be. And then, Kelvo, from what you know and what you sent me, I also want to hear your side of it. And then, Joe, I know you probably new to learning about this. So based on what we're shaping for you, you give us your interpretation based of what we're framing for you. So this is what I understand. Nafisa Collier was a couple of baskets away from advancing to the NBA Finals. Her team was down by about 4 points, and there was about 30 seconds left in the game. And the ball was in her hand, and she's the star player with an opportunity to cut it to 2 with still enough time to take the lead and win the game. As she's dribbling the ball and making her move, a defender came as she tried to cross over and go left. And as soon as she dribbled the ball left, the defender came and stole the ball, and Nafisa fell to the floor. The player stole the ball and made the layup for the Phoenix Mercury. I believe that's the team is called, Kelvo. Is that the Phoenix women's team? The Phoenix Mercury. Okay. Phoenix Mercury win on that basket, and Nafisa Collier is still laying on the ground and holding her leg. Apparently, she was injured on that play. After the game is over, she had a lot to say about the league, about the officiating, about them not making enough money, about the ownership for the WNBA is horrible. The ownership needs to go. She read personal messages that were between her and the owner, or not the owner of the team, but the commissioner of the WNBA. So she basically put the whole league on blast and said, yo, we need to change. We need change in money. We need change in refs. We need change in a commissioner. So she said all of this and she went hard. I feel like I kind of agree with her. The league maybe does need different leadership. Maybe there does need to be somebody different. But as far as the officiating and, the pay and all that, my opinion, I don't see anything wrong with it based on the product that they're putting out there. Kelvo, from what you learned about what you sent me, what's your thoughts on this situation with Nafisa Collier? And then, Joe, I want your opinion as well. Go ahead, Kelvo.
From what I've seen, it seems like she's complaining about the refs, saying that I guess the refs weren't calling certain things and she was potentially getting hurt in some of the games. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I have not watched any WNBA basketball at all this year.
Did you see the clip, though, from where she had the ball stolen from her? You didn't see that part?
See that. I'm going to keep it 100. As a man,
okay.
I support the WNBA, but I don't watch it because it's just not something
that's fine. That's fine. And when we jump back in, I want you to do me a favor. When we jump back in, when Joe starts to give his opinion and I talk, I want you, if you have another device, a phone or something, I just want you to Google the Nafisa Collier file. And I want you to just peek at it real quick. Then you tell me if, what it looked like to you. Did it look like a clean steal? Did it look like she got fouled? Do you think she had an argument? That's all I want you to do on that. But go ahead and finish your point, Kelvo, and then we'll pass it to Joe.
So I think, one, it has to do with the foul call. Like you said, there's probably some frustration with the call not being made and her taking the L. The other thing is they're not getting paid the way they feel they should be getting paid. And I feel like there's probably some stuff going on behind the scenes. Like they feel like the owner maybe isn't pulling enough strings to make it happen.
Yeah.
But the reality is that, a lot of us men want the WNBA to succeed, but I think a lot of us don't watch it. Like I said, I personally don't have a problem with the WNBA, but I don't watch it to where, you know what I'm saying? Like it's
Mhm.
not something that I watch the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I think the main issue is they got to figure out a way to get more women watch supporting the WNBA because there's
that's
a
the
lot of
point.
women who watch the NBA.
That's
And
right.
the players all season, the WNBA players all season have been complaining about not getting paid enough. And, you know, they want equal revenue and all these things. But in order to get that, you understand, you got to bring in the money in order for me to pay you. I can't pay you more than what we're making because then we're not going to have a business. So at
Exactly.
the end of the day, she's got to figure something out, you know. Um, you know, there's been some, you know, you had the dildo situation this year. You know, the guys throwing dildos on the court. You know what I'm saying? You got people talking crazy, talking about, man, maybe they should lower the rim so they should
I
dunk
was one of them people. I ain't gonna lie. I want to. If they dunk though, you don't think the game would be more exciting if they could dunk?
it a little bit better. But I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like they're just in a tough situation because uh there's just too many other platforms to compete against. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna pull people from the fans from the NBA to the WNBA. So it's about
Mm,
trying to find a new fan market, and you know they're trying to do more commercials and stuff like that to try to like make people more aware. And I think maybe that's one of the things that they're also kind of upset about. Like since Caitlin Clark came in, all of a sudden this advertisement and stuff for the WNBA started to pick up when they're probably like, why wasn't this happening? Why you know where was all this energy before that? Because
yeah,
you still got, you know, you still got chicks in there doing numbers, you know what I'm saying? So there's probably a little bit of saltiness, you know, with that. But that's pretty much my
okay.
opinion.
And that's a good point, Kelvo. And Joe, before you jump in, one thing I want to touch on also is what you said, Kelvo. To your point, the WNBA doesn't have a lot of female fans. Like it has the majority of WNBA fans, like you said, most men, a lot of men don't watch the WNBA, but the majority of viewers of the WNBA are men. So of the few people that actually are watching, it's mostly guys like TZ Dave, guys like myself, guys that just love sports so much that we just gonna watch. Okay, you know, if it's a good enough game, we gonna watch it and tune in. But it's not ladies. So what I feel like if the WNBA should do is change how the game is viewed or change the image of the game because a lot of women don't feel like they can identify with WNBA players because in the past WNBA players were seen as a little rugged around the edges, they're a little
Les
tougher, and a lot of ladies they not so with Angel Reese coming in, the Visa, Skylar Diggins, and WNBA players that give a different image than the previous WNBA players, I think that will help. So if they change how they promote the game, I think that would actually help them get more female fans. That's why I say I agree with Collier. There does need to be a change in the commissioner. So maybe she can change the image of the WNBA. So go ahead, Joe.
So I got a couple things. One, I'm gonna tell you the history of one sport
Mm-hmm.
and how it pertains to this sport of what's gonna have to happen, which that's the only way. So football, if you remember, NFL didn't start off as the NFL. It
Right.
was it was USFL and something else. But
Was
yeah,
it the AFL at some point or something?
AFL, USFL, yeah. So what happened was them boys were getting paid maybe the best player $100,000 a year. But the people, and I don't want to have to say this man's name, but I got to. The person that changed the way that those guys got paid was Donald Trump. Donald Trump paid, I think it was either Tony Dorsett. It was a Dallas player that he paid over $1 million for a contract. And
Mm,
then as it progressed, people were leaving the NFL. That's how you get AFC North, South, all that stuff, because it was only two sides. So people was leaving the NFL. What the NFL do? NFL went back, start paying money. Now you got NFC North, NFC South. I mean, you got NFC, AFC. So what I said that to say this: those women work hard to get where they are today. They put in hours, this and that, this and that. All men don't look at them like the little, hey, that's Diamond off of that movie. No,
Mhm.
they look like that. They don't look like that. They more look
Right.
like they more toned, if I can say it that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I trust me. I know where you're going, and I appreciate you for
cause
because I know how I
yeah,
appreciate you for
cause
dressing it up for me, Joe.
the dumbest thing that overshadowed the NBA, the WNBA, was Brittany Griner shooting baskets by the pool with her shirt off, and then all of a sudden, oh, is this a man? Is this a female? This is that. Man, look, she's a female. Let her do what she gonna do. If she could dunk, dunk. I don't want the WNBA to have to go to the extreme like throwing dicks. I mean, throwing uh,
Dildos.
dildos on the court. You know what I'm saying? Because you got kids that come to those
Throwing
games.
dildos was crazy, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
For those of y'all watching this on the rerun, that
Could have
was
been an
wild.
but
inside job because it brought more publicity to the
It
MW.
did. Because you
and
notice after that, them ratings they went up.
hey, that's what they got to they
That's my bad.
they they got to go that extreme just to get ratings. But here's another kicker, and this is the part that's confusing the hell out of me. You could go across seas and make millions of dollars as a female basketball player, but just like we have men billionaires, they have women billionaires. Why aren't they funneling in and supporting their women? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Does that make sense? You have like prime example, and I'm still pissed about this. So Bryce Underwood, he was supposed to come to LSU. All
Yeah.
right, a
I
female
remember that. And
billionaire.
hold on, Joe. Hold on. Before you go into that, shout out to my man Cortez in the chats. For those of y'all that was tuning in for the top wrestling finishing moves, we're gonna postpone that and we're gonna do that a different day. Q the Beat's not with us today to run the videos of these wrestling moves. So today we're talking about the WNBA, Nafisa Collier. We also chopped it up a little bit about football, and then we talked about the best version of LeBron. But right now we're talking about Nafisa Collier and when she blasted the whole league and going in on the commissioner. And now Joe is telling us some of the things that should change the WNBA and what went wrong and where things went wrong with the WNBA. But go ahead, finish up, Joe, what you were saying, and then we'll close out this segment.
I can understand where she coming from because if you asking me after a game, you asking me dumbass questions, and I'm already pissed at the league because
But she
I'm
had
not
it. Hold on, but Joe, but she was reading it from something. So it's not like she went up there and just freestyle and was going off. She had a prepared statement. Like she
man,
had,
that
like
thing
she
probably was
wrote it.
that. Look, let me say she
Did you
probably
see
read
it,
the
Kelvo,
first
yet?
sentence.
Yeah, I've seen the foul.
You saw
Oh,
the foul. Okay.
for sure.
First of all, did that look like a foul or a clean steal?
Looked like a clean steal to me. She just banged her knee.
Thank you. Okay. So she bangs her knee. And now what I saw when she went into the press conference afterwards was her with this prepared statement that she was ready to read. But in my all total honest opinion, I feel like if they would have won that game and she would have advanced to the finals, she would have never read that list. She would have probably read that list later on in the summertime after they celebrated their championship or whatever. Oh, no, I'm not summertime, but their season is over in the fall. She would have probably read it much later. My thing is, do either of y'all think if they would have won that game that she reads that same statement at that exact moment?
Go ahead, Joe.
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you because
She had it prepared. She wrote it, but I don't think she would have stole her team's moment by doing that. That's what
no,
I don't.
when she didn't get the call, like our black
Yep,
people, she didn't get the call. She started
that's what
talking
did
to
it.
herself. She started talking to herself like, I can't believe this shit. Y'all gonna try to play me. So she went back
Yep,
there to get that, and she gonna do it in the interview. Oh, y'all gonna play with me? All right, cool. Well,
yeah,
I'm finna let everybody know what's happening. The question could have been, "What is your favorite ice cream?" She didn't hear that. She heard, you know
yeah.
what?
She
I'm
was.
sick of this fucking league. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that. Ain't enough soft politician. Man, look, she went off about every goddamn thing, and
She
she got
did.
the right. she has the right because you playing a professional game just to barely still eat at McDonald's. That's not right.
All right, so
Like not
nah, I
it,
get it. So
yeah.
Kelvo, before you jump in, one thing I wanted to point out also is she's saying all of this right before the WNBA finals. So low key, she's taking some of the shine away from the Mercury and the Aces. Because this is supposed to be their moment. This is the WNBA finals, and the Aces and the Mercury are supposed to be gearing up for each other and promoting the finals, but instead, the only thing people are talking about is what Nafisa said and how the game is not officiated. So you think that takes a little bit something away from the finals? And go ahead, Kelbo, say what you was going to say on that, and then we can wrap up this segment.
I mean, she felt like she was done wrong, you know what I'm saying? And or she just felt like I guess she felt like she missed the call. They missed the call. I mean, to answer your question, if they would have won, she wouldn't have said anything. But
Yeah.
she probably would have waited till the end of the year. But hell have no fury like a woman scoring. She felt like she was scoring. She said, you know what? Hey, I'm going home. I'm gonna say what I gotta say.
Yeah.
All publicity is good publicity. We're sitting here talking about it. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's on the ownership now. Like Joe said, he made a great point. These, some of these rich female tycoons need to. I don't know if they're dropping money in or not, but they need to start go ahead and sprinkling a little bit more bread in. You know what I'm saying? And support this women empowerment movement that they're supposed to be about.
Yeah. Dead
I mean,
serious.
Beyonce, if Jay-Z could do it, you could do it. So I'm just putting that out there. Yeah.
Yeah, that y'all boys make some excellent points, man. And just closing out and wrapping up on that, you know, I want to see better better product for the WNBA. I love basketball. I love women's basketball and women's empowerment, and I'm all for it. But this to me just came off like I'm salty that I got fouled at the end of the game, and it was a turnover on me. And it looks instead of because when she fell and hit the ground, to me it looked a little bit like LeBron floppish. Like, okay,
I
I'm
mean,
going to lay there, and then
their
you
knees.
got
It looked like it hurt, but it was
it,
a clean steal though. Like she didn't like mow her over with her shoulders. She jumped in front of the of her length of her where when she got the
yeah,
ball.
she jumped the crossover because as soon as she
They
crossed
hit
it to that side, she
yeah.
was sitting on it. She was sitting on that left hand. The defender was sitting on it, waiting for her to go there. But there's been a lot of ladies, a lot of WNBA players that's been coming out supporting the fee. So like, yeah, girl, you right. Everybody, Caitlin Clark, everybody's coming out. Angel Reese, even some of the players that are in the finals, they're coming out supporting her. But majority and bulk of them are the women that also lost and got eliminated too.
Now,
So
can I say one thing real quick?
go ahead, Joe, because we running close to time. But yeah, go ahead and get this off.
All right, drama equals ratings. Okay, they 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 can't really say too much because if they go on a strike, it's not going to have the same effect as if NFL go on strike or as if baseball go on strike. You see what I'm
That's
saying?
true. I
They're
think
gonna
it's
try
going
to
to hurt them.
Yeah, it's gonna put it under the rug. They probably have to damn near fight like hockey, basketball. You bump into me, we about to square up in the middle of the thing, and then people gonna watch the ratings for the wrong reasons. But if they keep fighting the way that they fighting, it's gonna bend or break. Because I would
Yeah,
love to see them dunking like that, put trampolines on the floor. I don't care. Like, let them have it. Give them something, man. Like, come on.
They
I
try to
mean,
play slam ball.
yeah. How is it that
that would be dope.
NCAA
Like slam ball, they depending on they uniforms, they could really,
How does the
anyway.
college?
Let me-
How does the female college NCAA basketball players ratings is higher than the professional, and they all come from there? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's the people
yeah,
not supporting their own people. Is what I'm seeing. Like you
that's a
have
good point.
there women, powerful women out
They
there,
don't.
independent. You got to back your own girls up. Like it's money there. They just don't know how to make it.
They
That's
got
it.
to support it. Like I said, and it all starts with the image of the game and how they market the game. If they market in a way that lures female fans, like present a product that ladies, the average woman can relate to, like a Angel Reese or like even a, I don't want to say Caitlyn. But anyway, we're not going to go into that too much. But, the type of women that another woman would see and be like, oh, okay, she's doing her I can relate to that. And then they might tune in and watch. But that's for another thing. We could talk about this all night long. But again, it is Friday night and people want to get to what they're doing. Now, what we do here in this part of the show is we've come to the very end because it's almost been an hour. And that hour went by fast as hell, especially when people from New Orleans is talking. Time just fly because you don't realize by the time they got halfway through the conversation, it's already done been an hour. But shout out to
I ain't let my accent loose in this episode that much.
next.
But
Trust me, I'm sure the people heard it. Now we've come to the last segment. We call this the 2-minute turn up. Joe, you've watched the show before. At the end of the show, we all give our last little 2 minutes of whatever we want to talk about. It could be whatever is on your mind, anything you got to get off your chest, anything you want to make people aware of, anything you want to shout out, anything at all that you want to say for your last 2 minutes, Joe. It is on you, and then we'll pass it to Kelvo.
Oh, you put me out there first? I wasn't expecting that. Last 2
Yes,
minutes.
I did, Sonia Johnson. Yes, I did. She's from
All
New
right.
Orleans as well. But go ahead.
All right, so check it out, man. I hope my Saints. There's never been an NFL team, I think, that started 0-4 and made the playoffs. Every year I say the same thing. We going to the playoffs. You could call me crazy. You could call me retarded. We going to the playoffs. I believe in my team and my city no matter what the hell going on. So, yeah, we not bad yet. But, you know what I'm saying? If we get a version of the Dome Patrol and put that with a Drew Brees offense, we'll be good to go, bro. Like, we'll be good to go. And as for the WNBA, I really want to see them ladies thrive without having to degrade themselves. I don't want to see that because, like, for the people that know, they have a female version of football. Enough said. If you don't believe me, look it up. You see why they got their ratings. So I would love to see WNBA and then put them in a spot where is no male sports really going on that people don't really watch, like golf or something like that. Like, put them in that. You can't put them up against these other people and give them their own season, like all about them. Like, I ain't no hater, but make it just like I have a godchild. She coming up in basketball. She on her way to college, one of the top 5 in the state. I want to see her go and not, you know what I'm saying, not get gypped. NIL deals getting more money than they getting NIL deals more money than the WNBA players, and that's not right. That's my 2 minutes, man.
All right. Appreciate that, Joe. Good stuff, bro. Good stuff, Joe. Kelvo, 2 minutes is on you.
Man, Joe's a wild guy, man, if he really thinks the Saints are going to make the playoffs. But
There's hope.
I understand you got love for your team, brother, but I'm just going to tell you right now, man, y'all might go 1-15, real talk. But
Damn.
But
we all gonna be playing rock paper scissors at the end of the season.
My team might win like 7 games, but that's here and there, man. My 2-minute drill, man, is just encouraging people to stay healthy, man, and to get in the gym, work out. You know what I'm saying? Get in your Bible, read something if you believe. If you don't believe, then that's what it is. Just be careful out there, man. People is tripping. A lot of people is dumb nowadays. Stupidity is people waking up eating that stupid sandwich, and you got to be careful out nowadays, bro, because people ain't really in their right minds like they should be. So you just move with wisdom, you know what I'm saying, and just stay locked in, you know what I'm saying, and shoot, man, just stay blessed, man. Don't stress, you know what I'm saying. Real talk. That's all I got.
Appreciate that, Kelvo. All praises due. All praises due. Y'all heard Kelvo. Make sure y'all working out, getting in the gym, cardio, all of that. My last 2 minutes, I want to say, first of all, man, I appreciate my brother Joe for joining us his first time on the show. I appreciate you. He will be back again, straight from the NO 504 in the building. Also appreciate 512 Kelvo always for being here. And I know what y'all see behind me. Y'all see the Miami Hurricanes, baby. The U tomorrow it's all about the U. We playing against Florida State. It is an in-state rivalry, one of the biggest rivalries in football. We going down. We going up to Tallahassee. It's going to be a lot of the tomahawk chopping up there, but we coming. The Miami boys are on the way. And remember, this is a rivalry game. A lot of these players
out there tweeting on that yee on that
a lot
yee.
of these guys in this game, they played against each other in high school. Some of these guys were on the same teams in high school. Miami and Florida State recruit from the same place. So they got a lot of the same players that play and know each other well, same neighborhoods they grew up in. So this rivalry game is going to be off the chain fire. I cannot wait. Also, after that, we got a UFC fight tomorrow. Tomorrow night is UFC action. It's football action. It's everything. Miami, hey, we got to do it, We got to do it. That's all I got for my 2-minute turn up. Shout out to my boy TZ Dave who ain't here, and my producer Q the Beat who cannot make it. But for my co-host 512 Kelvo, and for my brother and guest Joe